You want to talk about Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Might as well since we're here.
I did think of two letters. Well, two and a half, but for sure we can't use one of them.
Okay, sick.
Because
Using
a
it. Because
well, we'll see. Because the only S that I had
it
thought of,
because it's bad.
because it's bad, is it's sexual assault. Yeah. hmm Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm So
Maybe we don't want to put that
applicable.
as the first words in our video title. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. The optics are not great.
No. Um, but the other one was either Travolta or Thurman. I'm leaning towards Thurman just because she's my bestie. And then M for either Mia or Marcellus Wallace. And again, it kind of depends on if we use Thurman for T. But those were the
hmm
options that I had thought about.
I would pick Travolta because I feel like he's featured more in this one.
hmm
Thurman is in like every movie.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and but especially Tarantino movies. So, on
That's
the off
true.
chance that we ever talk about Quentin Tarantino ever again, we could use that later. So I would
Okay.
do maybe Travolta, especially because this is the movie with the iconic GIF where he's like, you
Wait,
know,
I'm not
like
I'm not
looking.
there. I didn't see what you're doing. Hold on, I'm coming back.
You know the one where he's standing in the living room and like he hears her on the intercom and he's like, and like weirdly turns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I had to get an ice pack because my phone is boiling already,
boiling. Yeah.
even though we've only spent 40 minutes talking about Bailey. So that just leaves E, really.
Yeah, and maybe S. Unless we
Oh
just put
yeah.
S dot dot dot.
Eyeballs.
Yeah, because we all know.
This was the other one kind of shooting around my head, but I thought by the time that we got to it that I wouldn't even need to bring it up. But the other one that I had thought about for E was, what just happened? For the GIMP scene.
Yeah, because
hmm
honestly, yeah.
Huh?
What reaction is there, you know?
Yeah. For someone I've only ever like heard about this movie, the most exposure that I've ever had before I actually watched it was the Community episode where it's
hmm
Abed's birthday and they're doing Pulp Fiction for him.
Yeah.
So I knew there was a GIMP suit in it, vaguely in the back of my head. But then by
hmm
the time you're watching it,
It's
it just
bizarre, you
it
know?
yeah, I
Yeah.
do. You want to be on TV? Everybody
I'll
say
be a
hi to
star.
him. Obviously.
Where to start, really? I guess at the beginning. For S, we could do Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah, I
because
forgot that
that's
was even a word.
because that's much more normal.
That's d true and
It's
also relevant
true.
for longer.
That's true, yeah. And also
That's
relevant for in a better way. When he's on screen, you say, hi, you know?
yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do know. Yeah. Um,
yeah.
I couldn't break that one down to the letters. It was like when you convert a Word document to a PDF. It's like the words
Mm,
like
but
it's like that's
yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson. There's not an
yeah,
S in there.
right. Because he kind of transcends letters, actually.
Yeah. If
And a
there's
lot of
one
people won't
thing,
tell you that, but it is true.
no. Yeah. 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 We've never talked about him on this channel ever, I don't think.
We have
I
in
love that
Unicorn
guy.
Store.
Corn store, that's right. We probably
And we
used his
might have
name for
even
that
used,
too.
yeah, probably, but
Yeah.
I think it's okay if we reuse it. If there's just ever a movie that has him in it, we can say
Jackson.
S immediate
Yeah.
Samuel. And then that's easier.
And then we can figure out E probably at some point.
Yeah, probably.
Um, the letter W for wolf, we could just turn it,
Yeah,
rotate it. Yeah.
That's
If
true.
we needed to, if nothing else comes up.
We can
Mhm.
have some options, we can work some up, and then over the
Mhm.
course of the conversation we can forget what the options were, and then when I'm editing later, I'll just pick one.
We've got
And
a
I'm just
flawless
spitballing here.
system.
It's not like this has ever happened before. I'm just imagining what if this happened? What would we
Mhm.
do? And I think this is
Mhm.
what we would do. So,
Sounds accurate and true.
mhm.
Okay, so welcome to STEM. And we've done
Yay!
it. Yeah, and we're talking about Pulp Fiction
Yeah.
movie.
Movie. We're talking about Pulp Fiction, the movie, not like the style of book.
No, but they do talk about that in the movie.
They do. And you're like, whoa, hey, that's the name of the show, you know?
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
it when they do that. When they just have a little bit of writing at the beginning of it. It makes me think of another movie. It wasn't very popular. Not a lot of people know about it. It came out in 1990. I looked at you and that was my mistake.
Sorry. Should I not? I can like wait for you to be done.
Okay,
Like
thanks.
I'm getting my mugshot.
Okay, and
Like
now
tell
the
me
other
when to
side.
turn and I'll turn. You can do the front and then this side. Do you do the
Okay, you're
back
good.
too? They usually don't
No,
do that in
just
mugshots, but I can do it if you need it.
you know what? Sure, it can't
Because
hurt.
I'm always willing to go like above and beyond,
Huh?
like if I go like
Well, we
here,
all
and then
we
people
always
can kind of
appreciate that in our
identify.
inmates.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
just doing my part. That way, when I'm running away from the police, they can still identify me in the back of my wet head.
That's your master plan this whole time is because by then your hair will be dry, and so
Yeah,
your
be like,
mugshot will be unusable.
suckers! They'll never know it was me.
So Pulp Fiction,
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
yeah, it's
I've
a
heard of
movie.
it. I've seen it. It's a movie.
It's fun sometimes. This has happened a lot to me over the last couple of years, to watch movies that are so in like pop culture
Hmm.
that it's hard to escape a little bit of knowledge about them, but then you
Yeah,
actually watch them and you realize that the hype is entirely deserved. Like Kill
yeah.
Bill or Gay Brad Pitt.
Some other movie. Oh, Fight Club. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And also, I feel like it's fun to see that the hype is deserved, but also that the movie is very different from what you thought it would be based on what people say of
Yeah.
it.
Like because Jason has been talking about this movie to me for a while, and he showed me the trailer like 6 months ago, which I think
Mhm.
was the perfect amount of time because did not connect any, I didn't remember anything that happened basically. You can't guess. You just don't know. There's no way
No.
to put it together from the trailer or from anything else that you know about it. Because again, I knew there was a gimp suit in it. If I'm pretending to put the plot together in my head, where am I going to put that?
Right. You're like, is this, and how prominent of a character, like, is this just like a, but then why would they put it in if it was just brief? So it must have
Yeah.
some significance.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Bruce Willis was in it.
Me
Oh,
neither. I love Bruce Willis. I was like,
that's too. That's my guy. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah,
And not to be like, not to objectify anybody, but he does have his
mhm,
shirt off for a lot of it. And I was
yeah,
like, yeah, I like that. Do more of
yeah.
that, please.
What I like about him is that he looks regular. I've been
Yeah, he
thinking about that
does.
a lot because as people might know, I don't really watch a lot of contemporary films, watching older stuff. But it still somehow is so like shocking and refreshing to just see people who just look like people and their faces are like different,
And their
like
teeth
all
also.
all different from each other, and their teeth are like natural. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, is this allowed?
All of them. Every star in this movie. You've got Bruce Willis, who is a professional boxer.
Yeah,
And he's got fat on his body.
yeah. Because
That's
you know what?
fantastic.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He
And
has
so
to
true.
eat and fuel
He's
his
got fat
body. You
and
know what
he's
I
got
mean? He's
hair
strong.
on his chest and his arms.
Mhm.
Also, little Mark Ruffalo moment there. If you know,
Little
you
Mark
know.
Ruffalo moment. That was a little. That was actually an homage to Mark Ruffalo.
But like John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson too, when they're naked later in the movie, they
Everybody
look
has
like
such a distinct
people.
look, all from each
Yeah,
other, and they all look like people. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And John
The
Travolta
only
was
one
like
who,
famous, famous. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like this isn't an early work of his. He's known. And he still like is like kind of chubby and has weird long hair, and you're like totally
yeah.
doesn't take away from his star power at
Oh
all, because
yeah.
why would it? He looks like a human guy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What was I watching the other day where the guy was a little bit chubby and I was like, I lost my shit.
I don't know. What was it?
I don't know. If I think about it, I'll tell you because I was
Okay.
obsessed.
It was a movie or a show? All hope
I
is
feel like it
lost.
was a I feel like it was a movie,
Okay.
but it could have been movie that I saw in the theater, or it also could have been movie from a show, Mystery Science Theater,
I see.
which is a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But who's to say? But anyway, do that more, please.
Yeah. Look regular, how about? It like drives me crazy because we talk about like verisimilitude in a work, how like it doesn't have to be like realistic to be believable, you know? And a lot of that
Hmm.
I think is true of like the world. It's like, yeah, this is not a situation that would ever happen to me, but I believe it because the rules of the fantasy world make sense, you know?
Hmm.
And we're always saying that, and I always agree with that, and we never mean that people should not look realistic. Like when we're saying that it doesn't have to be realistic, that's not what we're talking about. That's world
No,
building. That's like,
zero
do
percent
the
of the
parts of
time.
the story cohere? That's what that means. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
realistic to be believable. But I do think that
Hmm.
like a human actor has to look realistic to be believable. I'm like, why
Yeah.
would I care about this person with the veneers, with their 25-year-old Botox? Like, that's not a
That's like
person.
it's like
Like,
barely a concept anymore.
right.
Yeah.
It's like that
It's
one.
like,
I saw somebody talking about this, but they're like in a horror movie, if somebody is like being
yeah.
attacked by a killer and their house is a little messy, I feel like that's me. But if their house is pristine, I'm like, okay, maybe they deserved it.
And they probably did. It's like I always think about when Harry met Sally, because Billy Crystal's like a normal looking guy. And I think
Yeah,
the most realistic type of relationship is the most beautiful woman you've ever seen with a guy.
with a regular guy, yeah. Well, because
Yeah.
that's every like male female relationship actually.
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
and I was talking to Emily about this the other day. I feel like every woman I know is overqualified
Yeah.
for the
Hmm.
job of like being in a relationship with
Being
another
in a
person.
relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
every
was,
guy here is fine. But all the women that I'm friends with, I'm like, they're amazing.
yeah.
These people
Hmm.
are so undeserving.
Literally, I feel the exact same way about job hunting. I'm like, I am looking for a job that pays me a livable wage,
Hmm.
don't need any kind of extravagance, and that doesn't make me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Those are my two requirements. That's it.
Seems pretty bare minimum. And yet, so it's the
Like,
same thing. I'm like, how are you so overqualified for this position? And yet,
and that's all you get.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. This is, I'll take all this to say that if I love friend's spouse or boyfriend or partner,
Hmm.
that mean
And they're a
like,
man?
and-
Whoa.
yeah, crazy. Uh-huh. So crazy that it's happened 3 times and 2/3 of them were named Michael.
Yeah. Shout out to people named Michael.
Yeah.
Hi, Michael. That's our friend Michael. Yay.
Yeah.
Anyway, this to say, um, it's
If you're
not like
traveling
a
abroad this summer,
biological, it's not, if you're traveling abroad this summer, be sure to check the carbon monoxide monitors in your Airbnb because a lot of people don't check for that and they're just gonna assume that because you're American, you're fat and lazy anyway, and they won't take your symptoms seriously.
bars.
But all this to say, there's no like inherent biological difference that makes women like so much better than men. And yet it just
No.
happens a lot of the time. So that's just interesting, something to reflect. Also, additionally, things don't have to be realistic to be believable in a story, but ideally,
Mhm.
a human person on screen looks like a human person in real life.
Yes. Hmm.
Soapbox done for now,
Amen.
but I'm not afraid to bring it back.
And viewers will know unafraid we are to beat that dead horse. We're kicking at bones,
To a
baby.
pulp,
We're still
okay?
going. So, Pulp Fiction. Jason told me before going to see it that this movie did something that feels common now, but at the time was so revolutionary and so unusual that like it completely changed filmmaking forever. And we watched the movie, I was like, I loved it, but I cannot pick out something like I was looking for that. I was like, what's the thing gonna be? I thought maybe, Bruce Willis as a surprise tool that will help us later, John Travolta being killed suddenly, um, dark humor. I was like trying to pick in all these things, and the thing that completely flew under my notice was the nonlinear storytelling,
Yeah, the
which is
structure
my,
of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my bestie right there. Hi, nonlinear storytelling.
Are you doing anything later?
Text me. That's my favorite thing in the world. If a story is like mixed up just a little bit, oh babe, I am seated. That's good. It's really good. Um, and I liked it was just a little bit. It was not confusing. You start with the
Yeah.
the scene with the people in the diner, and then you go somewhere else forever.
Yeah.
And then finally at the end, we come back. And you're
And
like,
you're like,
oh,
oh, right, the diner. Well, I love that
honey
it's like,
bunny.
because they're all like Pulp Fiction, like short stories. And
Yeah.
I like that you get each story, but there's recurring characters.
Yeah. And they kind
That's
of
nice.
tie into the next one.
Yeah.
And then we
Like when they
loop back
show up
around.
at the bar wearing like the t-shirts or whatever, and they're like, wow, what fresh hell have you been through? And they're like, I don't even want to talk about it. And then you don't learn what it was for another hour.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's
That's so
good.
fun.
Liked it because I was just gonna say I really liked that they didn't explain it, and I thought they weren't going to. I was like, that rocks. They just get into
It
hijinks,
honestly
these
would have been
guys.
awesome if they just like, yeah, if we
Yeah.
never saw it on screen. But I did like see, I feel like it's satisfying to see it on screen and be like, oh, right, from before, and
Hmm.
connect the dots there. But it is also nice that they like didn't even have to.
Yeah, they could
Because
have just
it
left it,
feels like a
let it
real
be.
world, these characters just like get into trouble a lot and they show
Yeah.
up places in a t-shirt and they say, yeah, whatever, I don't want to talk about it. That's so
Hmm.
fun.
That's good. And I love the idea that these guys are hitmen, right? I thought maybe they were cops at first. I thought that's what they were
Mhm.
because they were just gonna like go shoot up an apartment, I guess. And I was like, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Didn't
And
even
our
question
American minds are like, yup.
it. But they are hitmen. I learned that. And I love that it's just kind of banal. Is that the right word? Is that the one I'm looking for? I think
Maybe.
so. It's just kind of
Yeah.
boring, weird sometimes. And you have coworkers, and like that's just kind of fun. It's not a super overly sexy kind of gritty vibe. It's just a job.
And I like that they have this speaking of Vincent. I like that they have this like connection where they're like kind of friends, but you can tell that they're friends because they're coworkers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just like a perfect, they captured that vibe really well. Like, yeah, this is
Hmm.
somebody that I talk to and we get along, but it's not like we're hanging out after hours.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they can have this ridiculous conversation about like how if a foot massage like counts, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like it's not that weird, it's not sexual. Okay, would you give me a foot massage? Like, you know what I mean? It just feels like such a ridiculous and yet realistic conversation for them to be having. That's something stupid that you would argue about, like on your way to a job that you don't particularly care for. with your
Yeah.
coworker that's fine, you know?
Yup. And again, it was surprising. I didn't know what I was getting into with this movie, but I kept thinking they're going to change the subject. It's going to get relevant soon. And it just
Mhm.
didn't for
No,
like
that's just
way
their
longer
whole
than,
conversation.
yeah. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved that John Travolta's catching Samuel L. Jackson up on his trip to Europe through fast food.
Yeah.
And again, very coworker conversation to have. He's not going to talk about the like sights he saw, or the things he did, or the people that he presumably killed. It's the
Mm.
a royale with cheese.
Yeah.
Rocks. That's so good.
What do they call a Whopper? I don't know. I didn't go to Burger King. Perfect. Funny.
Also like that they go to the stairwell to continue the conversation because it's not time yet.
Yeah.
And then they go back 30 seconds later because it's time now. Why wouldn't it have been time then?
Right. They have to be
Yeah,
like you're spending 30 seconds different.
they're already definitely in there. They knew that already.
Yeah, for sure. Because they only waited about 30 seconds.
He's like, he's only halfway done with his burger. We need one more bite in
Hmm.
and go.
Go. Yeah. He's punctual.
Good. Yeah,
So what are you gonna
that
do?
is true. He is, and that is actually true because he's very precise, this guy. And you
Yeah,
can tell Vincent's
that's
just not a little bit.
that's true. Well, because
Mhm.
the thing is that Samuel L. Jackson will follow the rules. I think that's something that is important to him is like doing things right. Which also comes up later in his like personal arc of like doing things right kind of turns into like doing the right thing, you know, but there's still that idea there of like, oh, I have to do it like this way. Vincent is like barely paying attention a lot of the time.
Yeah.
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 Which again is a very realistic coworker dynamic.
Yeah. Samuel
Yeah.
L. Jackson's over there doing 100% of the work. John Travolta's
Travolta's
dipping off
like
in the
looking
kitchen,
through the cabinets. Yeah. Not even taking
almo-
anything, just kind of like looking.
browsing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that is, it would be funny if that was just the way that they were, but that is an act. That is on purpose. But also, it just kind of is the way that they are. But they're doing it on purpose. Do you
Yeah.
see? Do you get
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, and go. Like they know what they're doing. They know what their dynamic is, and they do work very well together. So it's
Hmm.
like it's just fun. It's cool to see them interact, and it's cool to see that like Vincent is a very he's not quiet when he's talking to Jules. Like they're
Yeah.
carrying on a conversation, and then he goes quiet, and it's a little bit freaky. It puts you on edge too. Like you're
Hmm.
waiting for him to pipe up for something to happen, and it just keeps building and building and building until it all goes crazy. It works really well.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis and his European girlfriend that he loves. Yay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was also surprised how like healthy it was. Because
Yeah.
after she forgets the watch, he throws the thing, and then he's like, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry. I didn't communicate to you how important it was to me. That's something I should have done. You couldn't have known better. You can't read minds. You couldn't have known that it was
Yeah.
like the only thing that I wanted. I'm sorry. I was like,
I know.
communication? What?
Crazy.
Wild. Really?
Like, can you imagine? And I love that like all these characters have we only see them pretty briefly, but they have such like depth, you know?
Hmm.
Like even we we're talking about like the conversion story, you know, where he's like already religious, already kind of like holding on to this idea of doing things right, and then like that progresses over time. You know what I mean? And then even like
Hmm.
we can cast Bruce Willis as like big macho boxer who's trying to, you know, get out of the life or whatever. But he still is not one dimensional. He's like nice to his girlfriend and he likes her.
Easy
And
concept.
they have conversation that like just feels like real people talking, but they care about each other and they like each other, you know? And you're like, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Because why would they be running away together if they didn't like have banter and they like couldn't communicate with each other? And then when it's serious, he's like, it's okay. go have your breakfast and I'll come back and everything will work out. He'll like reassure her.
Hmm.
So it's not like he throws the thing and then you're like, I knew it. He'd be violent the whole time because that's who he
Hmm.
is. It's like, no, he can like he's trying to compartmentalize. He's trying to be different than that.
Yeah.
He's trying
Yeah.
not to be violent with his girlfriend just because something bad happened to him. And he explains that out loud to her.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Crazy. An
And he
apology?
doesn't.
Unheard of.
Wild.
Whoa, that's how you can tell it's fiction,
Prompted
huh?
too.
Am I right? No, that's true because she's not like, I won't help you anymore until you say you're sorry. He immediately feels
He
it
knows immediately. Yeah.
and
And
acts
it's
on
just,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that he has this incredible sense of control over his emotions, because he's still angry with her. He's screaming and
Yeah.
losing his shit in the car on the way there. It's just such an important thing that he's not doing it at her. I like that a lot. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, oh, you just let it go. No, you can know someone did something that wasn't their fault and still be frustrated by it.
hmm And instead of taking it out on them, wait until you're in a private space
Hmm.
and then freak
Work
out all
through
you
some
want
things.
yourself. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Queasy. Yeah, I really like Bruce Willis, you know?
I
What can
love
I say?
him.
I thought his scenes
Hi.
were pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get a little weird,
Yeah. Just,
but when he's with the girlfriend, that's pretty nice. That's all I'll say.
yeah. Yeah, that is true. The fun thing about talking about this movie is if we talk about the stories out of order, we're doing it in just in like it's on theme.
hmm It's actually a subtle hint
Yeah.
that that the movie is written and directed this way, actually.
Yeah, that's everything we do is on purpose and everything is scripted. We've talked about that before. I also really liked the Bonnie situation. And my main reason that I liked it a lot was I liked that they had to call in a specialist to tell two men to clean the car.
You know
Thought that
what?
was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny. Yeah,
The whole time I was watching it, I was like, why didn't they just start doing this on their own? Why were
right.
they not cleaning the car?
They're
Was
just
that not
standing
step?
around.
They wasted
Step one,
10 minutes
they
waiting for
call the
him.
guy to be like, "Can I use your garage?" And then as soon as you park, start cleaning the car,
Why didn't they
right?
strip and shower, wash the blood off their hair while they
Before
were
going
waiting?
back in, like,
Before you shower, start cleaning the car, and then immediately after, like, cleanse
then
yourself.
you can cleanse all of it at instead of they had to shower twice. Once in the house and they do like the, luxurious whatever, and then second they have to get hosed down in the yard.
Yeah.
Like idiots.
The only thing that I think would have been necessary to call in an outsider was he's like, okay, get a lot of blankets and let's just cover the upholstery because it'll be harder to get it out of there.
Right.
That was the only thing that I was like, that's smart. That's good.
Yeah.
Um, Everything else, I was like, you could have just done that.
It's like people could have thought of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially two hitmen who like, have you never had to hide a body before or like clean up after yourselves? Is that someone else's job?
The hit made. Yeah.
Always cleaning up after men. That part just I
It
thought
was funny.
I kept thinking he was
Yeah.
gonna say something like extraordinary. But no, it was just
Yeah.
clean the car and then we'll spray you down. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even like it's so crazy, it just might work. It's just like, well, yeah. Like if he hadn't answered the call, what would they have done? Left the car in the garage? Like surely they would have come up with a plan on their own, and it would have been a really similar plan called we take the body out of the car. We clean the car. and we carefully dispose of evidence. Right?
Yeah. You
Like
would
somebody could
think,
have
and
thought of
again,
that.
that's the because
It's
he
their
knows a
job
guy to get rid of the car. So like, yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense. But like, they could have met him there with the car.
with the car
Yeah,
because they cleaned the car to get there.
I don't know if I have much else to say about that, but could not stop thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah, that scene is very, very silly. I
Yeah.
think that Tarantino is not a good actor. I'll say that. I don't think that's a secret.
Being who?
Tarantino and the kid, he's like memorized his lines. You know what I mean? But it's like, okay, yeah.
Is he Jimmy?
Hmm.
I don't know what he looks like.
Now you
That's
do.
funny that you say that because I did have a couple of moments where I was like, that's the guy that did.
Yeah.
Was it Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, and
And
third
this
guy
guy? Yeah.
who I can't.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's his self-insert. And so then it's a little weird that he like chose his self-insert character to say the N-word so many times and then like briefly hint to like
Rar.
his wife is black and then it's like, okay, so that's supposed to make it fine. But he always every movie of Tarantino, you're like, so he's weird about race. Like, you can pick up these subtle hints in any movie that you watch of his. So
Uh,
not too surprising, but just like, that's my additional comment. He's weird about race, which everybody knows, but still sometimes you're like, geez, dude.
Worried
And
about race, worried
also
about feet.
weird, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, he does a lot of like revenge, you know, like specifically somebody who's been like raped and then takes revenge on somebody. There's a lot of that too. I don't know what
Yeah,
that's about, but that's in there a lot.
that is true. Uh-huh.
I don't know. I never met the guy. I don't know.
Hmm.
There's just casual audience observations.
You
Aside
do
from
pick up
that,
on these things.
you pick up on these things.
It is,
And I like that, one of them, Samuel Jackson, is very careful about kind of cleaning. Again, it doesn't make sense to clean yourself before you clean the car because then you're just going to get dirty again. But he's
mhm.
very careful about washing his hands and not leaving like blood on the towels or whatever. And Vincent, like, I don't give a shit. That's good. That's characters,
Yes,
you know?
100%. I
Yeah.
and in his defense, they didn't know they were going to clean the car at that point because they hadn't called the wolf, the
Right.
expert,
And
to
they
tell them to clean the car.
to clean the car and they hadn't thought with their
Yeah.
brains, I think, at all before that point.
No, I do think that is true.
Like genuinely, what else would you do?
Like, there's no. Why did they
You
just
have to
stand there in
drive
their
the
bloody
car.
clothes?
You have to drive the car to a second location to dispose of it without people knowing that there's a dead guy that you whose head you exploded, which is funny, in the car. So
That's
like
pretty.
what are your options? Somehow cover the windows so that nobody can see inside to take it to the
Hmm.
location, or somehow clean the windows to take it to the like those are the only things that you can do.
Yeah.
Is it so complicated?
It is kind of funny that they're both like the incompetent coworker in this situation.
It is, yeah, that is awesome. They have to call their manager to just be like, okay, clean up your mess then.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is exactly like how my former boss, Mark, called me call maintenance to unplug the sink in our kitchenette that he plugged up with his food that he kept putting down there, even though there was no garbage disposal and the garbage can was right next to the sink and he could have just not
Hmm.
put food down it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like that.
It actually is a lot like that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, bud, what are we thinking up here? Anything
Except
in particular?
I am not like a feared expert who they're like, yes, sir, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah. I also, by the way, was in charge apparently of calling when the bathrooms were clogged. The bathrooms that were run by the building and not our office at all, put
Mhm.
in maintenance requests for those
Of course, yeah.
that he clogged.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Because obviously,
of course.
yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's funny that they go through all the trouble to save the guy. Explode his head on accident.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. And that's something that you
Going
said.
over a bump, like who's brandishing their weapon, safety off, in a closed vehicle, moving, going over a bump, and they're gonna explode this guy's head. It's like,
The answer is Vincent.
yeah,
We know that 100%. That's what he's doing.
that's his
That's what he would
character.
do. He's not going to put the safety on. He's not going to follow gun safety rules at all. You don't point it at somebody,
You
just
don't
in
point it at
general.
somebody just in general with your finger on the trigger, safety off in a moving vehicle on a bumpy road.
Especially not one that you're bothering to save. Why was it pointed at him in the first place? What are
And they're
you
talking
doing?
about nothing. I'm like, put that away. You don't need to be holding this right now. This is his
I always
job.
think it's funny in movies when it's always men who do this. They put the gun down the front of their waistband. I
Hmm.
have that always makes me cringe. I freaking panic thinking about that. Do you know where that's pointed? Do you know how easy it is for a gun to just go off?
Yeah. And
Why would
then
you
now
put
it's
it?
like right here.
Yeah, always makes me think about the scene, and I know you haven't seen it, but from the movie Masterminds, where he's
Hmm.
trying to be cool and he puts his gun down the back of his waistband and it goes off, and he shoots the bullet through his butt cheeks. It just it feels like it just grazed in betwixt them.
Yeah. I was thinking
Yeah,
about that movie the other day. It really haunts me sometimes.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
movie that is not good, but is
Yeah.
one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's
Yeah.
so
And that seems to be
funny.
consensus. Because I had that whole group of people that was like every single one of them had it memorized. And so then I had it memorized for a while
Hmm.
by osmosis. Yeah. But then sometimes,
Yeah.
anytime I hear of something that's prescription, I'm like,
Don't make it anymore.
I'm like, why would I know that?
I do think that's one that we should watch like together.
Hmm.
It's it's
I mean,
funny.
yeah,
It's so
it's a
funny.
group, it's definitely a group,
Yeah.
lighthearted movie. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
So gun in the waistband. Don't
Yeah.
stop doing that.
And like,
Don't
don't
like
do
that very
that.
much. Why don't you have, I mean, like it makes sense why they don't have holsters because it's supposed to be secret, but could you put it
Yeah.
elsewhere?
But also, couldn't
Like,
they,
why don't you have like
surely
a,
they
a
make,
shoulder
yeah, they make
holster or
like
something in the
discreet
suits?
holsters, especially if they're wearing suits. That's a lot of layers that you can cover it. But they're like, yeah, no, safety off, right to the dick, thank you. Like,
Would also like to see them do maybe like a sexy thigh holster. So
mm,
they've got to roll
yeah,
their suit pant legs all the way up
all the way up, like
to get to it.
way, way, way up, and it takes like a long time.
Yeah, it gets
That's
bunched up.
really
They've got
good
to,
because they always make girl spies do that, and they're wearing like a little like mini dress. So I
yeah,
think it would be better if only men did that.
I agree.
The thigh garter gun, and they have to like really kind of figure out a way.
On the subject of Quentin Tarantino always using revenge for sexual assault, it is a little bit odd to have like that always be the reason for things that you keep coming back to.
Hmm.
But I can very much appreciate that the response is almost always explode their genitals off.
Yeah, shoot the guy in the dick for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's so great. Smash his
It's
face in the
satisfying.
door
It's like,
1,000 times.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
we can think about like whether it's appropriate to have this in so many movies or like what he's trying to say. We can look at it like sociologically, but also like in the movie
Mhm.
itself, it is awesome. He shoots this guy point blank right in the crotch. That's amazing.
It
Good for
explodes
him.
everywhere.
Yeah. And he's like
Like,
writhing and screaming on the ground, and you're like, well, yeah, bitch. There's a lot to be said, but also sometimes at the end of the day,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
And that's another thing that I liked about the movie is that, because something that you said about it is that it does dark humor very well, where
Yeah.
things that are supposed to be scary and wild are just kind of funny. Like, John
Like
Travolta
they exploded
stabbing,
that guy's head.
like exploded that guy's head, and they're just kind of like, "Oh,
I liked that guy.
that's."
Oh well. Yeah.
Or Mia Wallace getting stabbed by the biggest needle you've ever seen, and John
Yeah.
Travolta drove his car into that house. He didn't even try to stop. Can you
I
imagine if he had been
really,
going
really like that
35
part. He's
miles
like,
an hour?
it's like it doesn't matter. I'm almost to your house. Just find the stuff. And like nobody's gonna talk. That's not word that's gonna get out. If they're gonna
Right.
keep it totally secret that this ever happened. Right.
Yeah. Like it does those things very well work.
Yeah. I really
Like
like
or
that
like the
scene.
car accident with Marcellus and Bruce Willis where
Mm.
they hit each other with the cars 1,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really
Like
good.
there are things that are serious in real life that in the movie are very funny. But I did appreciate that the movie treated the assault in a
Seriously.
very like
Yeah.
serious way. That part wasn't a joke. They could have
Yeah.
very easily done that. That's a thing in a lot of other movies, especially with men,
Yeah.
but not here. Happened to Marcellus,
Hmm.
and it was horrifying enough that Bruce Willis killed two dudes, stabbed them 1,000 times for it. You know,
Yeah.
like that's
And just for being proximate to it. He like
yeah,
had I like that they framed this that these people have been beefing and trying to kill each other all day. But
yeah,
at this point, like we talk about like when things are funny until they're not. And we've been joking with this like dark humor or whatever, and we've had this like ridiculous levels of violence, and you're like, ha ha ha, yay, movie. And then at this point it's real, and he can leave,
Mhm.
and he chooses to go back. Yeah, I don't know. I like that moment of like solidarity with them, especially after he's like, what happens now? You know?
Yeah,
And whatever he says, he's like, well, I'm still gonna kill you. I feel like he'd be like, fair enough. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like they have this understanding of each other now, even though it's terrible. And again,
Hmm.
I do think it's a little bit interesting, the like racial aspect of it, but overall, pretty good. I liked that they handled it in like as a respectful a way as possible, considering what movie it is.
Yeah, and who the
So
director is, frankly.
yeah, like yeah,
I like because it ties back into like Bruce Willis having a good like a moral code too, you know, like
yeah.
he hates Marcellus so much and is so scared of him and is trying like fighting for his life trying to get away. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm not gonna leave him to this. And again, are some funny things like him picking out weapons and he's like, oh,
Hmm.
and then he finds the sword and he's like, "Oh, yeah, that rocks. That's
Yeah,
so funny."
that's funny. And like the chainsaw where he's like pretty sick,
Maybe.
but no element of surprise. Like
Yeah.
you can see the wheels turning in his mind. That is a good
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's nice that we have that moment of levity like just for him. And then when he goes back in where everybody else is, it's serious again. Like I think
Yeah.
they have actually a pretty good balance there.
Yeah. I thought that scene was fairly well done.
Yeah.
And just the inclusion of it is just insane. It's
Yeah.
you know that you think the movie's going one way and then all of a sudden it just like hard swerve to the left.
Yeah.
And I kind of I kind of liked it. I really liked it, but that part in particular like caught me so off guard because that is kind of how real life works, you know? It's just things are unexpected and weird shit happens. Like they
Yeah.
could have just kept on trying to kill each other forever. But what are the
But this
odds that they
isn't
go happen to go into the one pawn shop where they have slaves?
pretty slim, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Odds
Yeah.
not impossible, but pretty slim.
Yeah,
And
I
then
like that.
he gets to leave. And he steals the guy's bike and he goes
Mhm.
back to his girlfriend and they leave. Hey.
Yay, happy ending. Oh, John Travolta.
Yeah,
I
so true.
love that, and we all
He's in
agree.
this movie in
Amen.
a big way. So, yeah.
Yeah, I liked that I liked the whole scene with Bruce Willis in his apartment. Vincent is stupid. We all know this already. Enough to
Yeah.
leave his gun on the counter to take a
And
shit.
again, his loaded safety off gun, because he's always doing that.
Yeah.
He'll just leave it in the kitchen.
Mhm. Naturally, naturally. I like
Yeah.
that we don't figure out why until later he's alone in the apartment, but then you do, and you're like, oh no, yeah, because that's why. I like that it's already established that he does not put the safety, like he's not careful with his weapons, which again, we when we see later, it's like, oh yeah, that's yeah, why. I liked that it was a Pop Tart that did it.
Mm-hmm. Because it's just so simple. And he's
Yeah.
like, he knows that people are after him and his life is on the line right now and he has to get back, but he's also like a little peckish. I could go for a Pop Tart right now.
I could have killed him. I was
Yeah.
so angry. Are you insane? You're really
Yes.
gonna push your luck with this?
After the day you've just had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
John
Every
Travolta
character
too,
is
frankly.
so real in this movie because they're all stupid.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So it's
This is another
refreshing.
thing with
Representation
characters
matters.
not being relatable necessarily, but being resonant because everybody cuts corners on the job. Yeah, sure. You're gonna leave your gun out on the counter. No,
He's not even home anyway. Like, who's gonna notice?
yeah, not that big of a deal. What are the odds he goes into the kitchen? What's he gonna make a Pop Tart on the run? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. So these characters are in a movie. You can say like, well, I wouldn't have made those choices, but like probably you would have. Honestly,
Yeah.
if this is just your day, if this is the life you live, it yeah, it becomes
And
normal.
also, it doesn't really matter if you would have made those choices because the story is not about you. It's characters.
They're pretend and they're
It's for
written
you
on
to
purpose for a reason.
it's for you to like watch and think about and have fun. And it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be like it doesn't have to be you.
No,
Yeah.
it's a story. Vincente. Like that I didn't expect him to get shot a billion times. It was
Yeah.
unexpected and it surprised me.
Yeah.
I, I liked it. I thought it was good.
I thought it was good.
I did.
I really liked his oh
Oh, go ahead.
okay, I really liked his date with Uma Thurman
Yeah.
because they're like they have the potential to like actually be friends. Like they have
Yeah.
a really interesting dynamic. But I also like that he's like so clearly uncomfortable the entire time.
Yeah.
He's so scared, and she's like, "Buy me a milkshake. Let's go dancing. Yay!" You know,
Yay!
she's like
Got
funny.
cocaine in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yippee!
She's funny and she's having fun, and he the whole time is like, "What do I do? It's rude not to make eye contact, but well, what if I look at her too long?" He's freaking out. And I like that. I think that that's funny.
Liked it too. That was good. I liked that it was just kind of like a an obligation for her. Like she's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and it's gonna be a fun night
Hmm.
because I know that Marcellus has told you to take me out.
Yeah.
So just it's just gonna be a fun night. I liked that he was a little bit like, dude, for the love of all that is holy, do not have sex with her. Come on, dude, you can get through this night.
Yeah.
Like that was gonna happen. Okay, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Uma
Mm,
Thurman.
yeah.
Are you for real? So she's married.
And also, he knows that. Like, he's very afraid of being thrown out of a window.
Yes.
He's so anxious about it that he's like imagining scenarios where, like, even though he's trying desperately to leave, he's gonna somehow like trip and fall and land in her arms in her bed and they're gonna be caught, you know? He's like spiraling. He's
Yeah.
catastrophizing like nobody's business, and she's here like, so fun to have a friend. Do you want to have a drink with me? This is such a some music. Like she's
The
normal. She's just
dance.
having fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked that a lot. I thought it was very funny. I did Google afterward if you can snort heroin.
What did you find out?
Well, I just found that Reddit thread from that guy who bought heroin that one time because he got a bonus at work and he's like, I'm not gonna do it again. but it was fun for what it was. And everyone in the comments was like, dude, you're addicted to heroin. Don't ever, like, you got to go to rehab, like, right now. And he's like, it's just the one time. It's not going to happen again. And then he ended up getting addicted and his whole life fell apart. Do you know
Hmm.
that one?
No, I do now. I mean, that makes sense because of the whole thing of how it's highly addictive, and that's like the
Yeah, that's the point
yeah,
of it.
that's like
Yeah.
the whole thing
Mhm.
of it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
then I got distracted and I didn't find an answer. So that's that's how that happened.
yeah. Cool.
I have to tell you that I'm watching you eat these chips and I didn't eat between getting home from work and calling you because my feet were tired and I just wanted to sit down.
Do you want
And
one?
yeah, I hate you a little bit because you're eating and I'm not right now.
You can go, you can eat something. The thing was, I realized that I hadn't eaten all day. So I was like, okay. And the chips were on the table.
Oh, that's you didn't. So that's the other problem is because you didn't even have to move to start eating the chips. You have to
Yeah,
get up and go. It's
yeah,
not
that is
fair.
really terrible.
You
Can
can't
you get
have something that
DoorDash
I
to like,
can't.
I'm a cat. You could get DoorDash to be like, leave the driver instructions, like, come in the front door, come into the living, you'll hear my voice.
The door is locked.
Ah, that's too
I
bad.
think
Because
my
they
parents would be
say
so
door-to-door
mad if I
service.
really upsetting. We did John Travolta and Mia,
Yep.
and I don't know John
Mhm.
Travolta's name.
No,
It
I
starts with
can't
a
remember
V.
it this whole time.
No,
Does it? I didn't remember that at all. Like I know
it's
Jules,
Jules. Uh-huh. It definitely starts with a V. I know that for sure.
Val, Vic, V,
The for
Viv.
sure. Vincent.
Heavens. There we go. Yeah. And we knew that
Yay.
the whole time. We've been saying that the whole time.
Mhm. If you could go back and edit
I
Vincent,
I was thinking about it. I do think that would be really funny.
because that's
We'll see how
another
much time
thing
I have this week, but that would be
on theme
funny.
with the movie, a reveal that only makes sense later.
Yeah. Vincent. We can say, let's do like a couple takes of the name so we have different lengths.
Okay. Vincent.
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 Vincent?
Vincent.
Vincent.
Vincent. Vincente.
Hmm.
I liked that Marcellus had a band-aid on his neck, and they don't ever explain why. Because
Mm,
some
yeah.
people in a movie today would say that that's a plot hole, but it's not. It's just not something that needs an answer.
Yeah, it's just like part of his character, and now he has this whole like rich world that we don't get to see because he has other stuff going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a band-aid.
Mhm.
Oh, the briefcase. You can
Mm,
talk about the
yeah.
briefcase. What's in it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What indeed?
And moving on. But for real, that's all I had to say about it.
Yeah,
Like that they don't show you.
that's awesome. And it's like some sort of like mysterious thing, you know? That's so
Uh-huh.
fun.
I saw a couple theories and I liked all of them, and they're all
Hmm.
true to me. I saw someone say that
They're
it
all true
was
probably at a different time. Every time they open it, it's one of those different things is true. That's what I've just decided.
liked I like that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. One of them says that it's Marcellus's soul because uh there's a scripture which isn't true, but that's what the theory said that says that the devil takes your soul out of the back of your neck, and so that's why he had the band-aid there. Mm.
Hmm.
But I did like that. I thought that was kind of fun. Some people say that it's Elvis Presley's gold suit. And I like that a little bit because it's
That ties
immediately
into like Mia's whole
recognizable.
thing with the diner, the themed diner. Yeah.
Yep.
And immediately recognizable. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the guy in the diner to be like, is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
That's Tim Roth.
That's that's
Yeah.
him. Yep. Uh-huh. And the other one that I saw was that it's the diamonds from Reservoir Dogs, which means nothing to me because I haven't seen it.
Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, Loving this theory.
Could be. But I actually did like that one because I heard that Vincent canonically, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, don't correct me if I'm wrong. I'm right. I'll
Hmm.
die on that hill. Vincent canonically has a brother in Reservoir Dogs who apparently dies to get the diamonds. And so that's why his reaction about the briefcase is a little bit weird, weirder than most people's, because he's a little bit
Uh-huh.
like, about it.
Hmm. Interesting.
So that's why I liked that theory.
Yeah, why not?
Like, sure, that's it.
Okay, bye.
I No, the other thing I did have to say, I liked that the diner robber couple also seems like a genuinely good couple.
Yeah. They have
Cute.
fun together.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I think that whole exchange is really funny. I like that it's we open with them and then so much else happens in the movie that we completely forget about them. And then come back to the diner and it's still like during the day, like when Vincent and Jules go to get the assignment from Marcellus, it's like all of this has already happened, you know? I like that we're seeing all
Yeah.
these pieces together. This is part of what made their day so bad when they went to the bar in the t-shirts that everyone was like, "Why are you
Yeah.
wearing a t-shirt?" Um, so I think that's a good like tie-in. It makes the structure of the story so fun. And also I like that Jules is like on this thing where he's like, I'm saved. Like I saw a miracle today and I'm not going to deny it and I'm going to change right now. And then immediately is thrown into like a terrible situation.
Yeah.
But he's trying so hard. He's like, I am like,
Yeah.
I could have killed you by now. I'm trying to help you. Like, just listen to me. And they're like, we're not gonna listen to you. We don't know who you are. Like this, like back and forth. But
Uh-huh.
you really want them to listen to him. I really like Jules. I think he's a good character.
Love him.
And I think he's a good guy too.
Yeah.
And
I
just
love
this
that
morning, sure, he shot a couple guys. And he can still be a good person and a good character.
people
And I like that
change.
so much of the job is on his shoulders because his partner went to the bathroom to read a book.
He didn't learn his lesson. Stuff
He's leaving his
happens
stuff
when you're
around.
going to the bathroom and you just keep reading a book. You
He
didn't
just
learn
keeps
from this
well, he
morning,
just keeps leaving his stuff. He's like, he'll leave the briefcase, he'll leave his gun. He's like, I don't care.
dude.
He needs his own private time, comes in and then almost ruins everything because they're like, where'd this guy come from? And they're all like this. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that Jules could have said, "Well, I'll make the change, but I'm going to do it later." Obviously, I got to take care of this situation right
Yeah.
here. But no,
Yeah.
he has conviction. That's something that you can tell is different from him and Vincent. Like
Yeah.
he means what he says. And that I also enjoyed that miracle is just what you choose the miracle to be.
And his point of like, if I'm looking for a sign from God, whatever I see, I'm gonna take as that. You know what I mean? Like, he's
Hmm.
like, maybe it is perspective, but this is my perspective, and so I'm gonna stick to what I think it is. Like, we
Yeah.
saw the same event, and you didn't see a miracle, but I did. So I
Hmm.
have to do something about it.
Yeah, you're not going to talk me out of it. This is how I see it.
What else happens in this movie? A lot, right?
A $5 milkshake. Was going to look up and see how
Mhm.
much that would cost. What
Yeah.
year was this movie made? Like 1955 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Because
Yeah.
it's
Because
old.
because it's old. Because the diner was a future diner. Yeah, I don't know, but it reminded me of, and I've spoken about this fairly recently, but in Point Break, when Keanu Reeves orders like three sandwiches and two drinks for like $8,
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah.
oh, so this time I'm really gonna do it. Yeah, but it's the same thing where he's like $5 for a milkshake. Like, is it that good? Does it have alcohol in it? Like, as if it's so unbelievable, but now that's like a pretty
It's just
standard,
straight milk. Mhm.
that's just like a cheap drink.
That's a cheap milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh, 1994.
Which is about the same time as Point Break, actually. Pre 9/11.
$11. It's an $11 milkshake. Granted, that's a little bit expensive, but also, if you told me that you had an $11 milkshake, I'd just shrug and say, yeah, sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Life is
I
terrible.
j- it does kind of blow,
People are
much
saying
like
this.
that guy's head.
I
I think I have anything else to say about the movie Pulp Fiction.
don't know
I
if I
just
do
liked
either.
it.
I
I
think it's fun. I think it's
Yeah,
violent.
yeah,
And
it
I
is.
think I like the style. You know, it's very like pulpy, campy. I like when she's like, "Come on, don't be a square," but instead of saying that, she just like draws a
Draws
square.
it out.
That's funny. Because I'm always saying, "Why
Amazing.
don't we do that?" But this is like one of the only directors who like will consistently add those like funny things.
Yeah,
You know?
I like that a lot. And again, it's just kind of out of place,
Yeah.
maybe. Like
I
it just,
especially like that moment because there's not an animation on the screen for the entire rest of the movie. It's just when she says
yeah.
don't be a square to the point that you're like, "Oh, maybe she can just do that."
And she's not in the rest of the movie, so maybe it could be because they're both on drugs. Maybe could just be
Who's to
for
say?
fun.
Maybe.
Maybe possibilities really are just endless.
Yeah, because life is so beautiful that way.
Yeah, yeah. Movies good, Quentino.
All right.
I'm watching you, but
Better
you
director than
did.
actor, but that's not news.
He's also
And yeah,
such
I'm
a
watching you.
yeah. Hmm.
We're in your walls now. So, just so you know.
I'm currently skittering through your vents. Yeah.
Yeah, that sound you just heard, that was me. Watch out.
I'm like the boy in the boy. It's me. I'm there. That's all.
There you go.
But I was gonna look this up. How do you say is it Harvey Weinstein or Weinstein?
I think Steen
Is it Steen?
because
Okay.
it's been like Americanized. Usually
Okay.
if it's spelled Stein, so like in German it would be Stein, but if the
Hmm.
person's not German, they say Steen.
Okay.
Like they change the vowel sound. I don't know why, but that's a pattern that I have observed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
He was involved loosely in this movie somehow, I think, and I was reading about that. I was
Hmm.
like, maybe I could talk about that, but I didn't know how to say his name, and I was gonna look it up, but I didn't. So now I'm just asking you because I don't care.
Okay. Cool. And plus, what are you gonna say anyway? He was involved in a lot of movies. And you just
Yeah.
look back and say, "Oh well, that's
Oh,
too bad."
yeah.
Like Woody Allen, where it's like he's involved in so much stuff, and some of it's even like a good art, you know?
Hmm.
But then you're like, yeah, but it's kind of just forever associated.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh well. Well, anyway.
Yeah. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. See you next time, pal.